What if your alarm clock doesn't wake you up in the morning? Buck is the town judge's dog. Not so much a pet dog. He's more of a real jerk. Every day he makes his rounds of the town, tearing down everything in sight. There's no place for his energy to go. He has to tear up the house every day. Today was the judge's birthday. The servants have cooked a delicious meal. They were going to take a picture before they ate. Buck walks over with a chicken leg in his mouth. Sure enough, it was a mess. In the evening, Buck was not allowed to sleep in the house. He had to lie in the doorway with his ball in his arms. That's when a dog monger lured Buck with a treat and managed to get him into the crate. It seems there's no good in keeping one's mouth shut. Buck was put in the crate. First a wagon, then a lorry, then a ship. When he was finally released, he got some air. When he didn't comply, he was given the stick. Buck wouldn't give up. Finally, he found a chance, and with his ancestral skills of demolition, and got out. No one can stop him. He stands on the bow of the boat and looks. Oh my goodness, where is this? It's all white, so he's in Alaska. It's the first time Buck has seen snow. Thought it would be fun. It's already been sold. He had to wait for someone to pick him out. Luckily, a mailman took a liking to his size, and Buck was officially inducted into the public service. He became a sled dog, but having grown up free and easy, he couldn't afford to be tied down by the system. He just set out to chase a rabbit. The sled tumbles down the hill. The husky in the team thinks he's the leader. He's the leader of the pack. He often steals from his teammates. Buck offered to give up his food. He gradually became a good friend of the team. Finally, after the probationary period, Buck is slowly learning the ropes of the job. One day they come out onto the ice. The mistress was walking carefully on the ice. Suddenly he fell. Ake didn't even think about it. He jumped into the hole and rescued her. This was a great achievement. The food has changed from bread to chicken legs. This made the huskies very unhappy. No two tigers on the same mountain. Two dogs can't make a pair. In the evening they started a duel. At first the husky had the upper hand, because Buck had never been in a fight before. No matter how big he is or how skilled he is, it's all for nothing. The husky is ready to regain his strength. But Buck was woken up by his companion. The wildness in his body seems to be slowly waking up, and in one fell swoop, the husky was thrown into a heap. The husky ran away with his tail between his legs. The next day, with the husky missing, the postman had to choose a new lead dog. Buck put himself forward, but he was dragged back. The other dogs didn't even deserve to be the lead dog. This left the postman scratching his head in disbelief. The postman had no choice but to let Buck take the lead. Look at the way he walks. He's so cocky. Under Buck's leadership, the entire dog team has taken a quantum leap in speed. They were running like mad, but on the way there was an avalanche. The postman shouted for Buck to turn right. Buck doesn't listen. The dogs head straight for a cave, a drifting maneuver, safely avoiding... And for the first time, the postman delivers the mail on time. Buck has changed too. He often sees a black wolf, but he doesn't know it's the wild in him. But the sky is the limit. Just when Buck was enjoying his work, he was laid off. Yes, the postal company was disbanded. They were sold to a gold digger. This gold digger was a blind man, didn't know anything about it, the kind that just boils good. Finally, Buck collapsed from exhaustion. The fellow pulled out his gun and was ready to kill Buck, but the bearded grandfather appeared just in time to save him. This old man was not like the others. He wasn't a gold digger. He was just a man who had wandered to escape his pain. Buck slept in his bed for 2 days and 2 nights. He woke up to find that his companions were gone. The old man was the only one around him, but the old man was always drinking. When he's finished, he talks nonsense. Buck buried the bottle in the snow. He sits on his butt. The old man comes and pushes him. He's too big to push. The old man mumbles. It's his dead son's birthday. Buck seems to feel the sadness too. He sat by the old man's side, and so the dog and the man talked under the moon. One day the old man took out a map. He said that his son had heard a legend. At the end of the map, there is a place that is not known to man. There is a place where the seasons are like spring, and a river of gold. My son had wanted to explore it many times before he died. Why don't we go? And so one man and one dog set off on their journey. They paddled their canoe, watching the scenery along the way, lying together at night playing the harmonica, and playing extreme sports. The old man never thought of Buck as his pet. He thought of him as his companion. Finally they come to the end of the map. Here their ancestors once lived. They found a small cabin in the valley. It was like a paradise. They pack up. A man and a dog live here. It's not a bad place to spend the rest of your life, is it? One day the old man was bathing in the river, and he found gold. So the legend was true. The old man started panning for gold. Buck wanted to help too. He found a big lump of gold, but the old man didn't even look up. He just threw it away. That's a lot of gold, mate. Can you believe the old man would have killed you if he'd seen it? And then a white wolf appears on the other side of the river. It was all white. Buck's eyes go straight. His mouth was watering. The old man said, "Go after it. Remember to come back at night." Buck caught up with the white wolf. Curiously, he looked at it. When he reached out out his paws, but the white wolf ran away. From then on, Buck chased the white wolf every day. However, the white wolf kept on living in the pack. One day, a gray wolf from the pack was in danger because he was hunting. Buck jumped into the water. He used his big body to lift the tree trunk. He saved the gray wolf. He was finally accepted by the pack. Buck has also learned to hunt. One day it's pheasant, and then a fish. He's having a great time. The old man is happy, but he also knows Buck's wild side has been awakened. He was no longer the pet dog of the estate. It was a sign that he would never again. He will no longer be able to integrate into the human world. He has found a home and freedom. The old man has decided to go back to his home. No more running away. Before he left, he threw most of the gold back into the river. He wasn't greedy. He told Buck, "I was going back, but not to take you with me. This is your home. Say goodbye to me when you come back tonight." But at night the gold digger came to me. He was desperate for gold. The old man gave him all the gold. Gold is a symbol of wealth, but it doesn't bring happiness. Just as the gold digger was about to shoot the old man, Buck came back. He came down from the sky. He shot off the shotgun, and with one bite on the stick, he pushed the gold miner into the fire. The old man was wounded. Buck takes his harmonica and diary. He holds him on his back. He wanted him to live. The old man went home, back to the human world with Buck's legend. Buck became a wolf king in this unknown. In this unknown valley, he became the wolf king, living happily ever after with his offspring. Buck spent the first half of his life on the run. The changes in his environment have not shaken his faith. He kept on going to the call of his heart.